here has an iPhone? Who has a Samsung? Everyone? Did anyone here drink Coca-Cola today? No, that's good actually. Oh, that's not good. And who uses Facebook? Who's on Facebook right now? They're things that are all tangible, and they're all things that we own shares in, all things that you can buy shares in, all things you can invest in.
Property is predictable because we all need a place to get horizontal at night. We need a place that's going to keep us warm at night, provide us shelter, raise a family in. We need property to provide us with an environment to ask our partner around to watch Netflix and chill. Something that you're never going to achieve with shares.
He says that it's not that they like the emotion of it, the emotive. How would you feel with a $900,000 mortgage just so you can buy a shoebox in Sydney? You can actually purchase shares where they guarantee you will not lose money. You can buy put options in the share market, a very simple and effective contract that again locks in the purchase price of your shares. Cost of purchasing a property, 7%. 4% to then sell it. 11% on a $600,000 house. You're spending $66,000 on stamp duty, real estate agent fees, buyer's agent fees. There's so many fees. For shares, you can now get for 0.1. And I'll leave it on that. Thank you very much.
If you get lured by those pretty pictures on domain.com, on realestate.com, you're not an investor, you're a retail buyer. To be an astute property investor, you need to get beyond that and understand property economics. At the end of the day, as an investor, property is not your home. Property is a commodity, it's shelter. My home is in Brisbane. My market is the 550 city councils that are spread across Australia's 8 states and territories. Property, I can renovate it, I can knock it down, I can build it up, I can add to it, I can paint it. I don't have a seat at the boardroom meeting with the shares, but I have full control over my property. It's better than shares. Thank you.
Shares, you can read exactly what you want to. You can invest in any industry, any country, any economy, any currency, whatever and wherever you want to do.
Let's say we've got $50,000 lying around and let's say we decided to kick that money into shares and we caught on to this idea of other people's money. I'm going to run out of time. And we obtained a margin loan for 50%. We held the asset for 10 years and obtained a growth of 10% each year. That asset would be worth $260,000. If we took that $50,000 and invested in residential real estate and obtained a loan for 90% of the value of that property, we could theoretically purchase a $500,000 asset by kicking in the same amount of money.
So we just heard from Peter there that with $50,000 you could get a $500,000 house, yet I showed that the purchase cost and sale cost of said property is about 11%. So that would just cover your stamp duty. So you still don't have an asset. You've actually spent 50 grand and not been able to afford anything. Property is emotional, it's great. You get to Netflix and chill. But then of course Simon came through and said, well, you should be emotionless. You need to invest like it's someone who invests in the share market. It's not about living in the property, it's not about comfort. It's about the cold hard facts. And he compared those cold hard facts to investors in the share market because that's what we do. We use the cold hard facts to make the best choice in the investment. Property gives you the ability to diversify. It's liquid. I've never seen someone sell the back deck or a bedroom when they need to get a little bit of cash. But for our retired clients, that's what they do. They sell a little bit of their portfolio so that they can get a little bit of cash to see them through their retirement.
Coca-Cola, Facebook and Apple were described as good quality shares that make great devices or sell great soft drinks. Sure. But they're subject to technology changes, product advancements, new competition. But my house, ladies and gentlemen, especially in an economic downturn, I still need shelter over my head. My portfolio is spread over 4 different states in multiple locations, and that's the sort of strategy we use for property investors. That is diversification. That is managing your cash flow. That is making sure that you don't invest in one industry or one town. That's how you invest in property. Property shits all over shares every day of the week.
On the count of 3, I want you to make noise based on your support for shares. 1, 2, 3. Okay, do we have the score? 78. On the count of 3, you will cheer and we will measure. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'll put it back to the room. Ah! Good job.